Red Soul Frisk ran into Napstablook in the ruins, just like in the game. The two were having a pleasant conversation. But the peace was shattered when a red and purple magical wave tore through the air. The attack struck the white ghost, sending him spiraling. Napstablook turned and fled through the walls, crying as he vanished. Frisk reached out, her heart breaking for her new friend. She turned to look at Susie and the body Chara was currently inhabiting. Even though Frisk had offered the body to Chara willingly back in Chapter 2, she was still upset. Susie swung her magical axe onto her shoulder. "Whoops. Guess he couldn't handle the heat," she joked. Noelle just sighed. Frisk tried to explain that Napstablook was a friend, but Chara didn't believe it. Because Chara was inside the physical body, she had felt the sharp, stinging pain of the ghost's earlier attacks, and her patience was thin. Determined to help Napstablook, Frisk scrambled toward the wall the ghost had phased through. Chara growled, lunging to grab her, but she forgot she was wearing the heavy physical body. A terrified Flowey tried to cry out, but he had to hop out of the body at the last second. Frisk passed through the wall easily. But the newbie's physical body slammed face first into the bricks with a heavy thud. Noelle and Flowey winced. "Ow, that's going to hurt in the morning," Susie roared with laughter. "Nice one, Spooky. The wall won, Ghost Girl 0. But her laughter died when the body didn't get up and became confused about it. Noelle stepped back, her face pale with worry as she prepared to say something, fearing the worst. But Flowey stopped her, letting out a weary sigh. He explained that the body was okay. Chara had just forgotten she wasn't a ghost for a second. Frisk caught up to Napstablook and cheered him up, though the ghost was clearly scared to see Chara floating nearby again. After receiving a blue ribbon as a gift, they ran into Flowey and met back up with the holidays at the Spider Bake Sale. Frisk immediately ran for the treats. Chara began freaking out, trying to warn Frisk what spider food is really made of, but she was cut off as Frisk took a big bite. She actually liked the taste. Chara watched in pure disgust, but noticed the monster food was already healing the body's bruises. As Frisk offered some food? But that was a big no from Chara. Noelle smiled. "Hey, do you want to come over and play at my home?" Susie gripped her axe. She didn't like the idea, but she hadn't seen Noelle this cheerful in years, so she kept her mouth shut. Once inside the holiday house, Noelle moved toward the wall phone to call Mom. Instantly, Susie stepped in, placing her very big hand over the wall phone to stop her. "Nah, don't worry about the phone, little sis. Just go on ahead." Noelle hesitated but nodded, leading Frisk and Flowey toward the family room. Once they were gone, Susie loomed over Chara. "Okay, Spooky. Who, what, where and why?" Chara crossed her arms, her eyes dark. Wasn't going to answer any of them. This Chara was there to help the two crybabies and that the ruins were far too dangerous for Frisk to stay. Before Susie could push for more. Suddenly, Flowey shivered. "Why is it getting so cold?" Slam! The door flew open, startled the kids as the two moms marched in. Carol, the Ice Queen, was furious at her kids for not calling. Noelle shrunk back, but Susie just stared ahead like she didn't care. Susie watched as Toriel rushed forward, pulling a happy Frisk into a warm hug. Even Flowey looked shocked as he was pulled into the Fire Mom's embrace. "Oh, Mom, I'm so glad you're okay," Frisk chirped. Chara recoiled. "Don't call her that," she hissed. Carol glared at Flowey for a moment before sighing. Then talking with Toriel. "Since your house is unlivable for now," she said, finally offering a way to make things right. "The three of you can stay here at the Ice Castle." Only Noelle and Frisk beamed. They finally had a chance to play more.